Hello, hello. This is Rod, Live Within Your Means. And currently, we're living in the upper apartment right here. And the landlord last year, he put these central air units in. I think it was anyway, it's just in the last year or so that he had the central air units put in. And unfortunately, we had a nice swamp cooler on top of the roof to cool the upper apartment here where we're currently living. But now we have to pay for central air, which costs a lot more. And what I wanted to show you, unfortunately, just when I got out here, the unit over here on the left turned off. Now that's on most of the time and continually throughout the night. And it's interesting, it goes to the other upper unit here. And those people, I can't even imagine, how much they pay for their electricity bill. But they leave those windows closed at night, and their air conditioning is just continually working. It is the 22nd of May, 2023, and their unit is on and on and on. It goes off and then on, off and on. But during the night, they don't open their windows to cool things down at all. And we usually have our windows open. That window right there has already been closed, but this window is open because I wanted to show you having these windows open makes a huge difference during the night. Out here right now it's probably around 60 degrees. In fact, it may be upper 50s, but it's nice and cool outside. The cool air's going inside. We usually close these windows about now, depending, we want to close the windows before the sun comes up. It's probably around 7 o'clock in the morning right now. But yeah, the windows, having those windows closed cools everything down during the night, lets the cool air go through the house. Now, granted, as we get later into the summer, there are some evenings that are pretty warm all night long. Sometimes there's a few nights that don't even get down into the lower 70s. But having these windows open, so there's a bathroom window open, there's a kitchen window that's open. Now, honestly, that other room right now, it wasn't really opened last night. It usually is. But forgot to open those windows last night. The other windows here were all open. And so there's the window to the dining area in the kitchen. And then there's two windows there in the living room. By opening all of those windows up, the air is allowed to flow through. And last evening, when finally the sun was just about down and it was cooling down, and I checked, and the temperature inside was 80 degrees, which is very uncomfortable for me. And I looked at my phone to see what the temperature was finally down to outside, and it was finally down to 75. I thought, oh boy, I need to open these windows, which I did. I opened those up. The sun wasn't down yet, but it was cooler outside than it was inside because we haven't really started using our central air yet. We've, certainly could have benefited by using it a number of times, but why be paying for the central air before you really need to? Because it costs a lot of money, and the landlord, it wears his units out if those are on all the time. And granted, they should last a number of years, and they're gonna last twice as long if they're only on half as much. But more importantly, for you, if you're living in a home, if you're living in an apartment, you're gonna save money on your electricity bill by opening your windows in the evenings when it's cool. And this is something you can do right now. If you don't, if you got money to throw away, I guess you can do that, but it's not something that anybody needs to do, is throw money away. You can open your windows in the evening and then close those windows up. Now, granted, there's going to be some places and some times of the year when it's really too warm outside to to be opening it up if you've got central air, or if you've got an evaporative cooler or swamp cooler. But this is something that almost everybody can do right now. It's just open your windows when it's cooler outside than it is inside. And anyhow, let's be smart. And you know, you live within your means just by doing a few simple things. It only takes us, you know, not even a minute and a half to open all the windows in the apartment that we're living in right now. We're living in this apartment because it's close by my parents, so that we're near them to assist them because they're older. And you don't need to have your central air on all the time, but you know, if you've got central air, there's certainly going to be plenty of times to use it this week because it's getting a lot warmer. And if you've got central air, you can, you know, use your central air. But if you want to have money for things that you need and save up for things that you want, open your windows in the evening, close them up when it's warmer outside. And you know, if you understand thermodynamics and just energy, you know, what is you know, when something's warm, it's because the average kinetic energy of the molecules of whatever it is increased. And so those molecules are more active the more energy that they've got. That's why liquids, oh, I don't mean to get too far into that, but that's why liquids evaporate. When they get warm, those molecules start jumping around. And I won't give you a physics lesson right now, but you can open your windows, cool your place down, close them back up in the day, and save yourself some money. So this is Rod. Live within your means and have a wonderful day.